Hi, this is Doug, and this is the second part of my painting and setting up this pistol as a prop for our Blade Runner short. Okay, after having repaired the damage from it falling yesterday, you can see the little white spot there where I sanded it and filled it in with putty. The repairs are done, and I'm going to go ahead and spray it now. Alright, I've got a light base coat on, and I'm going to wait just a little bit, and then I'm going to give it another coat. I'll show you what I've done. I've actually finished most of the spray painting. As you can see, we've got the black, which is actually, the black is actually entirely over. That was my base coat. I used that as the primer. And then this nickel silver was used to get the metal effect on the barrel and also on the this latch here. And what I did is I masked off the black portions of the body that I wanted to stay black, and of course the handle was still masked off except for the back, and then I sprayed the silver over that. Now I've hand painted in this because I tried to take the masking off this section so that I could spray that, but it was really difficult to get in there with a X-Acto knife and get that out of there, so I went ahead and just painted that by hand. And then I did some touch-up paint on some of the spots that didn't get really well covered with the spray paint, using just painting it by hand, using a silver paint that I had. Now what I've done, as you can see here, I've added quite a bit of weathering, and I'm going to do a bit more today to kind of even it out. I've got some spots here where, you know, it's weathered along here, but up above here the weathering is not as heavy, and I want to kind of keep it a little bit even just to give it that sense that it's been used. I don't want to overdo it because, you know, any policeman worth his salt would have a clean weapon, but in a film you kind of have to go heavy-handed at things like weathering because it just won't show up on camera if you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more weathering today, and then this is basically done. I've got just a few little detail things. I've got to put some red paint in here. These are supposed to be LEDs right here. These two little round things right there and right there. And then the tips of this right here are supposed to be green LEDs. So I'm going to see if I can attempt to paint those with a kind of a clear green and then put red in here to represent the LEDs that would normally be in there. I decided not to try and wire this up for LEDs because it was just too much hassle for the amount of screen time that this is going to have, which is not going to be a lot. Some of you may notice that the handle is blue when the original blaster in Blade Runner, the handle is kind of an amber colored. The reason for that is that in order to get this squirt done with the amber handle is almost twice as much as getting it with the blue handle. So my justification for this is that you can probably buy this pistol just like you could buy a Colt 1911 with any handle you wanted, whether it was a pearl handle or wooden grips, carbon fiber, the amber ones that you see in Blade Runner, or this blue. So that's my justification for having the blue handle here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up my weathering, and then this should be done today. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I've got some flat black paint here, and I've got some of this rust pigment that I'm going to mix into it to give it a little bit of a slightly warmer black color in the weathering wash that I'm putting on here. And I'm going to mix it with some paint thinner and mix it together, and it should give us a nice wash to put on here and just give it a little bit of texture.
Thank you.